The Toledo War.
Imagine the year 1835. Michigan, a territory eager to establish its identity, steps into the spotlight. Led by the audacious Stevens T. Mason, a 23-year-old governor whose youthful exuberance borders on reckless bravado. The stage is set for the Toledo War, a comically ludicrous episode in American history, a territorial dispute with Ohio over a piece of land so unremarkable it could make a beige wall seem interesting. The origins of this farce burrow deep into the fertile ground of the Northwest Ordinance of 1787. This document, as clear as a foggy mirror, drew an east-west boundary line meant to separate Michigan from Ohio. However, like a hastily sketched treasure map, its vagueness invited anarchy and antics. Ohio, basking in statehood since 1803, interpreted the map one way. Still twiddling its thumbs for a Union invite, Michigan saw it differently. Thus, the curtain rose on a confrontation that promised more hot air than a wolf huffing at pig-built houses. Enter Ohio's Surveyor General, William Harris, in 1817. Tasked with delineating the line to Ohio's liking, he ignited the wrath of Michigan's territorial governor, Lewis Cass, who countered with his surveyor, John Fulton. The result was 2 lines, 8 miles apart, each purporting to be the legitimate boundary. Leap forward to 1833. Michigan, like a teenager demanding the car keys, sought statehood. Ohio, flexing its congressional muscles like a disapproving parent, blocked their attempt. The impasse led Michigan to assert authority in the contested Toledo Strip, finding any Ohioan cheeky enough to play jurisdictional hopscotch. Ohio's countermove was establishing a county in the disputed zone, ratcheting the tension to a fever pitch. Enter Mason, Michigan's fiery governor, who rallied the troops for what would be known as the Toledo War. But let's set the record straight. This war was more a display of bureaucratic brinkmanship than bloodshed. Michigan's militia nabbed Ohio officials, detained surveyors, and fired shots that seemed more for show. Ohio, managing to inflict the sole casualty, might as well have received a participation trophy. President Andrew Jackson intervened and ousted Mason from office, cooling tempers and concluding the skirmish. However, Congress played hardball, delaying Michigan's statehood until it begrudgingly ceded the Toledo Strip to Ohio. When the dust settled in 1837, Michigan was granted statehood without Toledo. However, as a consolation prize, it received the Upper Peninsula, a rugged expanse rich in timber, iron, and copper. What initially seemed like a loss became a significant gain, a testament to the universe's quirky sense of humor and Michigan's unwavering resilience. So, what does this obscure altercation teach us? Firstly, territorial disputes are akin to family feuds, messy, emotional, and often about more than just land. Secondly, political maneuvering can sometimes defy logic and fairness, but persistence can still lead to unexpected triumphs. Thirdly, the bounty of the Upper Peninsula proved that sometimes, in losing, we win grandly. These lessons the Toledo War has to offer enlighten us about the quirks of history and the resilience of the human spirit. In all its farcical splendor, the Toledo War is a microcosm of the human condition. It's a tale of ambition, folly, and eventual redemption. It underscores the necessity of clear boundaries and the inevitable chaos when obscured. And it highlights the enduring power of diplomacy, showing that even the pettiest conflicts can be resolved sans full-blown war. Ultimately, the Toledo War is more than a quirky footnote in Michigan's history. It's a testament to the state's resilience. A wild ride through a familiar yet absurd world invites us to chuckle at our ancestors' follies while cherishing the lessons they unwittingly bestowed.
So, you've endured a slice of the RPTM podcast. We're not saying we aimed to tickle your funny bone, but we wouldn't mind if a chuckle accidentally slipped out. And hey, if we managed to wring a tear or two from those ducts of yours, that's just a bonus. If, against all odds, you found this episode remotely captivating, consider sparing a thumbs upward motion and indulge in the grand gesture of subscribing. Who knows? You might subject yourself to more of our potentially mind-stirring tete-a-tete in the future.